Hi guys, I'm Dr. Esha Chainani. I'm an obstetrician, gynecologist and laparoscopic surgeon, and today we're going to do all of the questions that you're too embarrassed to ask your gynecologist. So before you figure out what an irregular period is, you need to know what a regular period is. So your period is regular if you're bleeding anywhere between 2 to 7 days, if your period comes every 21 to 35 days, also if you're changing anywhere from 2 to 4 pads a day with dark blood and a little bit of clots. This is absolutely normal. So are a little bit of cramping, some PMS symptoms, some mood swings. Now, an irregular period is if you've had anything more than 35 days, also anything that has suddenly changed. So if you've had a 28-day cycle forever and suddenly you've gone to a 45-day cycle or a 38-day cycle, then that becomes an irregular period. Many factors then can affect your periods. Anything from stress, falling sick, change in your diet or exercise or any kind of lifestyle, all of these things also do affect your period. Then we have problems like PCOS, thyroid issues, other hormonal problems, for example, prolactin problems. These all can also affect your periods. Another thing that also causes irregular periods is pregnancy. So if you have had unprotected sex in the last 2 months and are now having a change in your periods, please do a pregnancy test and check it out. Because of the sensitivity of the period to all of these external factors, one of the best things that you can do to make your period regular is improve your lifestyle. So things like following a diet that is good for your body, having more of home food, increasing your protein intake and reducing the amount of processed food you eat will definitely help. Exercising regularly is also something that's very important. So 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day of vigorous exercise is something that you can definitely start with. Also reducing the stress you have in your life, be it through actually seeing somebody for this or even practicing things like mindfulness, can definitely help regularize your period. If it is still not regular, then please see your gynecologist. We're here to help you. Period cramps, unfortunately, are a part and parcel of your period journey only because the kind of hormonal changes that happen during your period cause this cramping. Now, what can you do about these cramps? So you can expect period cramps anywhere around your period, so maybe 2 to 3 days before, coming to 2 to 3 days during your period. However, if it's more than that, then it is something that should be looked into. Now, how do you deal with these cramps? One is, you can definitely take painkillers. They're called antispasmodics and they're very safe. There's been a lot of myths surrounding these painkillers, but they do not cause any short or long-term complications and they're very safe to take. Another thing is having things like ginger, reducing the amount of sugar and the complex carbs that you're taking. Also improving your blood circulation in that area by using a hot water bag on that area really does help. If your cramps aren't managed well by these over-the-counter painkillers, then there may be something wrong and you should see your gynecologist. One of the most common things that vagina owners deal with is itching in the area, discomfort and even odor. Now, how do we deal with this? One thing is very important. Use cotton underwear as much as possible, a size that's a little looser or absolutely your size, something that you can change at least every 12 hours and keep the area clean. Now, avoid using any kind of scented products in your genital region because that area is very sensitive to all of these outside perfumes. So wash your vulva with water only. I think that's more than enough to keep it clean. Your vagina is anyway a self-cleaning organ, so I wouldn't prescribe any kind of external things to use to wash it with. So the emergency contraceptive pill and the birth control pill are extremely different even in the way they act. Now, an emergency contraceptive pill is only for emergencies. These contain a very high dose of hormones which can cause side effects like bloating, cramping, extreme pain, and even delaying your periods. Now, this is why we only take it in an emergency, and it's not to be used as regular contraception. For regular contraception, we have the birth control pills. These are very, very low dosage of hormones that have to be taken daily. Now, this actually reduces your chances of conception and are very safe to take. There may be a few side effects, for example, bloating, increase or decrease in your weight, and even in some cases headaches. But these are mostly manageable and they're very rare. I hope this answered all of your questions, but if you have any more, please let us know in the comments below and we'll definitely answer them.